welcome to Theme Park Euphoria. Now, it's been a while since I've uploaded anything on here, not since that, well actually I don't think it was that long ago compared to other gaps previously, due to that little post that I made about the Nemesis Reborn trailer resembling the BBC One balloon item. It's pretty much that. But I'm here today at Funderworld theme park at Durdham Downs in Bristol. Now this might be a shorter vlog than I was originally planning, and I'll explain why that is once I've done my little pan around of the park. Because with me being not even an hour's drive from Bristol, I thought this is an annual thing that I come to every year, and I'm not going to not come to this. And I thought I'd come at a later time, hoping it would be a lot quieter, but as you can see, it is very, 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 very busy. So I don't know exactly how much I'll be able to get for this vlog, but I'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to stop dawdling on and let's get on with this. Okay, so I'll just do a little pan around so you can just about see the ride offering that Funderworld has for this year. I do have a full walk around video, or I am planning to do one. And if you do want to see that, just go over to the Eid Euphoria YouTube channel. But the other plan was, I was going to get an all-day band, but unfortunately they're not available and I'm only limited to 5 o'clock. Which is weird because it was still on the entrance boards and it wasn't taped up, but when I asked for an all-day band I was simply told that was not possible. But oh well, I've got just under 2 hours of ride time left. I've got some stuff for the Eid Euphoria YouTube channel, so well, I may as well make the most of my wristband. I'll get some stuff for the Theme Park Euphoria YouTube channel. So what are we going to have to kick off this vlog? Actually, I know what, and it's this. So, okay, so new to Funderworld this year is this, and it's a type of ride that, as far as I'm aware, has never ever done Funderworld. I know it's definitely not doing it under the Matthews running, but this is the Tagada, and this is courtesy of William Roberts, being minded by his son Billy, who is a masterclass at minding these machines. And I've seen this Tagada countless times between a span of 2016 to now, and I've never ever ridden this. So while it's included in my wristband, I'll go say hi to Billy in a bit. But yeah, let's check this out for the very first time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin.
Okay, so this is it. My very first time on William Roberts' Tagada, and a case of mistaken identity, because it turns out it's Morgan Roberts minding it and not Billy Roberts. Oh my god, they look incredibly alike each other. Anyway, whoa! Oh my god! Oh, wow! Oh! 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 This is... Oh my... That was... I tell you what, Morgan knows how to mind this thing. There's a kid next to me sliding, and he looks mortified. Oh my god! Oh! Oh! Go! Whoa! It's falling off! Oh my god! Just as the ride came to an end. Is he okay? Right. On that note, I'm getting off before it's a swarm.
Go.
So the Tagada was definitely an interesting experience. I do feel it's a shame that I don't ride these very often, but the only reason why I don't is because of the crowd they tend to attract. And most of the time I ride one, you get a lot of yobbos and chaps who just abuse you and just spout, move along, even though it's very difficult to shift along on a ride like this because you've got no restraints or safety bars. But yeah, the last time I actually rode one of these was not that long ago. It was only last year and was Alan and Michelle Jenkins. But the only reason why I went on that was because Ben's brother Alan insisted that I went on, and it's actually a Tagada I've been on the microphone, funnily enough. But anyway, yeah, with the Tagadas, which is courtesy of William Roberts. Speaking of whom, there is one attraction I'm not going to get a video of for this vlog. I'll explain why when I'm close to that, but I do want to give it a special mention. Okay, so this used to be Harry McFadden's Freakout. It's travelled in Ireland, but now, as of November, it is owned by William Roberts. And I didn't have time to catch my breath, unfortunately. Anyway, so yeah, William took possession of this last year after Harry McFadden had this for more than 20 years. And it's now one of two Freakouts I do not fit on. Well, technically I do fit on it, but it's just the safety bars can only go down to a certain position. So I could go on it, but the safety cylinders just said no. So hopefully, because this is one of two, there's this one and Henry Studd's one, which has had some work done on the winter, and this will also be getting some work done. So all the KMG light caps and packaging is coming off in favour of probably ML Park, from what I've been told a couple of hours ago. But yeah, it is a gorgeous, I'd say gorgeous Freakout, but it's a standard colour scheme. It's an immaculate Freakout, let's put it at that. And it's such a shame that I didn't fit on it. And somebody called, I think his name was Yassam, held the camera when I wasn't able to. So thank you to Yassam, if I've got your name. I've written it down somewhere. But anyway, so the Freakout, which I'm not going to be going on. So let's see the Crazy Mouse. Now the Crazy Mouse, I'll probably end up giving a miss because, as you can see, the queue for this is absolutely horrendous. As is for a lot of things down here. Actually, thinking about it, I might check out Red Devil. Okay, so this is Red Devil, which is now the main loot fighter, as Mellors, who I'm so mad at because they've taken away what was my favourite loot fighter, No Limits, and now that's open at Q8 in a 5-year contract with Mellors. So here we have the Red Devil, which was originally the second loot fighter to Darren Jr. But now it's the main because with No Limit currently out of the picture, well, Darren's not going to be getting hold of that anytime soon. But anyway, we do at least have Red Devil, which is currently one of two loot fighters in the UK, but there is a third one pending, as Alex Crow has placed an order for one, and it should arrive hopefully at the end of next month. But until then, here's Red Devil.
Another dancing's done. Don't worry, cause the night is young. Who cares where we go? We're ready for the afterglow. So hold us around, cause we want this night to last. So dance, so right, we're ready for the afterglow.
Okay, so I didn't keep track of how long I was waiting for, but here we are on Red Devil, which was bought second hand and was the second loot fighter that Darren has owned. However, it is newer than No Limit by a year and a half. But it is still a very good loot fighter, and in fact, RGB light packages are very difficult to keep immaculate, but this easily has one of the best, and probably the best on any loot fighter. So the King in Germany has definitely got some tough competition. Oh, that's And there's still people queuing. Let me down! What the hell? Let me down! And what's strange, the cars haven't unlocked once while I've been down here. I'm not sure if it's an issue with the system or the sensors, or if it's because of the amount of people they have to get through. But you still have a good time on these regardless. It's a shame, but understandable. And that was Red Devil. Well, Red Devil, I have to say, is a very, very good loot fighter. Despite No Limit being my overall favourite that the UK has ever had, I do love the light package, and the lights on the A-frame have just come on. But at night, this will be absolutely phenomenal. And with No Limit currently out of the picture, if there's any UK show that's looking for a loot fighter, wait and see what happens with No Limit after Q8 the contract expires, because I need No Limit back here in the UK. So anyway, there's the Wave Swinger, which I have been on earlier today, got some footage for the other channel. Got quite a big queue, surprisingly, so it is quite a hit with some of the riders here. So the Wave Swinger I probably won't be doing for now, so the Sizzler maybe. The Waltzer I might do at night time, because even though my wristband expires, Ashton, who's minding it, is likely to let me on. Anyway, while it's in front of me, let's check out the Sizzler. Actually, the queue for the Sizzler is a lot longer than I actually thought it would be. I might have to give that a miss for now. I'll see what the other queues are. I can see the queue from Air Max from here, and yeah, I don't think it looks like I'm going to be getting on that again today. I've got on it once. Actually, I'll go for it again. But because I've literally got 48 minutes of ride time, probably longer or shorter than that, given how long I spent talking, there's the Freefall Miami, which is heaving. Although it's good to see, because at least the amount of people are coming up here and showing support for Darren and Michelle and the rest of the showmen that are here. But yeah, that is a over full to the brim queue. And given the ride has only an 8-seater capacity, it's going to be a long wait. But if you do want to see the on-ride POV, I will be releasing it at some point on the other channel. But MX, easily the best thing here. So I'm not quite sure about the queue for this one, but I wanted to give it a special mention, and that is the Thriller Matterhorn of Richard Hart, being minded by his son Henry, this Matterhorn never fails to disappoint. Actually, that probably came out wrong. Okay, it never disappoints, is what I'm trying to say. It was being ran phenomenally when I went on this earlier, and demonstrates exactly how a Matterhorn should be ran. But there you go, there's Thriller. Well, the ride, which I thought would have had the longest queue, doesn't, it turns out. Probably the shortest one here at the moment, and that is Crazy Frog, which actually debuted with Eid Mubarak last year on this same ground, on this same position, so it has also improved phenomenally. So the pneumatics are better, the riding and handling is a lot better. But in terms of the queue wise, I'm definitely getting on the next cycle. So while it's not very long, let's do it. Okay, so it turns out it wasn't the cycle after, as I was just joining the queue, it's literally the cycle after that, so the cycle after that cycle, if that makes sense. I don't know whose Mini Miami that is down there, but I love the artwork on it. Just had a brief glance at it while I was waiting for the ride to start. But here we are on Crazy Frog. And AB has poured a lot of work into this machine. And when the ride gets going, it really does show. Yeah, it is smooth. It is easily smoother than the other set of frogs that I've been on. And the funny thing is, I said in last year's vlog that this ride will get better over time, and this just proves it. I stand completely corrected. Well, there you have it, that was Crazy Frog. Well, that really was a testament to what I said last year. I said that this would improve over time in the hands of AB, and it has definitely done so. In terms of riding and handling and the overall experience, that is easily the best set of frogs I have ever done. It's so smooth. Yeah, I think that just speaks for itself. The simulator doing very well. A longer queue than it normally gets. In fact, I think this is probably the busiest day I've ever had at Funderworld. It's just such a huge turnout. It's mad. So, I mean, I've got about 20 minutes of ride time left, so I could... I'll have a see what I can get on. Okay, so the queue for the Sizzler is still very, very long. I think the same applies to the Waltz as well, and literally everything down here. In fact, all over the event, you can just see the amount of people that's here. It is very, very busy, but that's a good thing to see because the amount of support this event is getting, because this event has a massive turnout. It reaches out to such a big crowd. It's not just people from Bristol that come to this thing, it's people from all over the southwest and probably potentially all over the UK that come just for something like this. So it's a phenomenal turnout from an event organiser's point of view. But I think I'm going to call that it. I know my wristband expires at 5 and I've got about 18 minutes left of ride time. But realistically, there is some stuff which I want to get for the Fair Rideship for a YouTube channel, which is more important. But I still feel like I got my money's worth still at the end of the day. But it's a bit gutting about the not doing of the all-day wristbands, which would last me until 9 PM until closing. But anyway, I'm going to have a walk around. I'll get a little bit later on. The Waltzer I'll definitely come back to later tonight, because I said to Ashton, who's minding it, that I would come back to it. Anyway, I'm going to put the Osmo Action away for now and switch to the camera for the Fair Rideship for a YouTube channel. So going back to what I said earlier about Red Devil looking a lot better at night time, well, the night sky is starting to draw in, and look at that. That is easily one of the best, if not the best, RGB packages I've seen on any loop fighter. And yeah, I think it's sort of a self-explanatory in a sense. So, somebody wants a piece of the action, don't they? Anyway, heading down to this way. I'm thinking about heading off, but I just want to go and see Ashton on the Waltzer. Now, to think, it was 5 years ago that this Waltzer made its first ever outing here on this exact same event, on this exact same position. And yeah, it's definitely one of the best fair trade machines, if I may say. I just about to see Ashton in the pay box, so here it is. I'm playing a bit of public domain. Love it. Okay, so here we go, the last ride of the vlog, which is the Ultimate Waltzer, which I don't think, of all the years I've seen it and ridden it, I don't think I've ridden it at night. Well, that's just changed. Also saw a little bit of a pay box view there with Ashton. You know, there he is right there. He definitely knows how to mind a waltzer. In fact, he did say to me himself that the waltzer is probably the best thing to mind on any of the fairs, and it's completely understandable as to why.
Head to a faster. Head to a faster.
give fair trade waltzes a slating. I do not understand why.
Push the safety bars up and exit to right.
So always end the day on a high, and that was definitely a high. So pretty much done with the waltz for today, and everything here is just about closing, so I'll wrap this up from the outside of the event.
Like, comment, see you next one.
Okay, so the plan was to wrap up this vlog from outside the fair here. However, the technology behind my phone, because it's starting to deteriorate, and the mask feature, the meme emoji, which I use for reasons, isn't functioning how it should in the dark. I'll have to see what I can do. Maybe if I just face that way. Hang on. Okay, so I have found illuminated area. You could just about see, yeah, there it is. Funderworld closing up just behind me right there. There's barely any street lights working on this side, and the one that is, it's right next to a bus stop, and there's a lot of Bristol youth there who aren't the most pleasant of creatures, let's put it that. But anyway, as for the overall day at Funderworld I've had, despite how busy it was, because it was massively busy, I did manage to do everything that I wanted to at least once. So Air Max I managed to get on, always great to get on that. But I will definitely be seeing that at Nottingham Goose Fair later this year, because I have just been told, well, the word is that Darren is going to be taking that there again this year, because he did there last year, so I'll definitely be seeing Air Max and hopping on that when I can. But yeah, most of the stuff, well, all of the stuff I wanted to go on, managed to get on. It was a bit of a shame about Sky Spring actually, because that was closed due to because of how windy it was. Some stuff I wasn't able to get for this vlog, because what I tend to do is just get a separate on-ride POV for this vlog rather than upload the video that I've got for the Fair Eid Mubarak YouTube channel, because A, you'll end up seeing the same thing twice, and B, I tend to be in a copyright battle with myself, because when I upload it onto Fair Eid Mubarak and then upload it onto Theme Park Euphoria, it gets content ID claim. So I tend to be in this sort of copyright battle with myself, which is just not the most pleasant of experiences. Overall, the Funderworld experience has been really good today. As well as the general atmosphere, the social side, everything. Yeah, it's always good to come back to Funderworld whenever I can. I'm a bit late coming back here, I'll admit, and yeah, you can just about see just Red Devil, still with its RGB light package on, one of the best I've said anyway. So, things are going to be moving forward from now on then. So with Funderworld done, even though I really should have gone there on open day, but I just wasn't able to because of it clashing with so much outside of fairs. As for this channel, I haven't really talked about the branding. This is actually the first time Theme Park Euphoria has appeared in its brand new look. So I gave the Fair Eid Euphoria channel a bit of an overhaul in the winter in terms of branding, and have done the same with this. So hopefully you're liking what you are seeing. And this could potentially be hopefully the last vlog that I'll have to film with my iPhone XR, because it's starting to deteriorate, and for using this feature of the vlog I will eventually be using an iPhone 15 Pro. That's just, I do have the funds sorted for one, it's just when I'm able to get hold of one, that's the thing, because of a deal that I'm arranging with somebody. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So I don't really know exactly in terms of parks wise where I'm going to be going. I do want to try and get to a few places during the spring period, but we'll have to wait and see if finances are kind to me. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever I put on this channel next, see you later.